I love you.
I love you.
Okay.
Be
Good.
careful.
Huh?
Be careful.
Oh, yeah. Goes in one ear and comes out the other.
Why?
It goes in one ear, comes out the other.
At least it goes in. Ooh, those are not. Oh, you can smell them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, those smell good.
See you in a little while. Okay, I'm starting my video. 3, 2, 1. See you later.
Bye. Watch out for the other guy.
Hello. I'm old Mr. Kent. Just a minute, I got to get the dog in the yard. Hey, Ruth, get in the yard. She's in her 90s in dog years and the sweetest dog, but she decides, I guess she must think she's privileged because she's so old or something. Anyway, I'm old Mr. Kent, 82 years old, let's not push it, and out for my morning e-trike ride, having a lot of fun. That's my son's shop that he works on cars and does restoring and all kinds of things. And usually there's people hanging around. So I thought, well, I'll just show you what my life is like. And we'll go on my morning trike ride. And of course, I've got some friendly dogs as we go along the way. Well, what I wanted to do was give you a health update on my trike and me. And then at the very end of the video, I'll throw in a poem. It's called Nurses Are Curses. The nurses liked it. I don't know if you will. So anyway, if you don't like poetry, well then just drop it out at that point or anywhere along the way. So we'll get started here. My trike now has 1,221 miles on it. It's a electric XP trike, and morning, and it's special. Here's the thing, that company, the first trike I had, the bearings went out on the right side, so they replaced that trike with this trike. And I already had 1,000 miles on that trike when the bearings went out. So, and by the way, I had a guy make a comment a while back about how do I know what my odometer is like? Well, I don't know. I don't remember exactly which video it was, but I use global positioning system to calibrate the odometer on my trike. And so on these trikes, if you happen to have one, the wheel diameter is 20.2 inches. So you plug that into the settings and you'll get an accurate measurement. All right, so anyway, so I got that many miles on it. And if you remember, if you've been following my channel, way back, way back, it's like I damaged something chasing my grandson on his dirt bike on a real gray day, and I couldn't see the ruts, and I'm bouncing over him. And after that, then I had this clicking sound that I thought was coming maybe from the axle, but it wasn't. I'm sure it's coming from the differential. And my son, he tried to figure it out and tried to do some adjustments. It'd go away and come back and go away. Finally, it went away, except every once in a while you hear it. But finally it went away. So I'm not too concerned about it because everything's working. And the only thing is I took a picture of my tires they are getting worn out. So I got a couple of tires for the rear. The rear tires are the ones that are wearing out. The problem is it's not a problem. It's for my comfort. I always let the air out of my seat. They're 3-inch tires, so there's plenty of square inches inside. And so if I give it 12 pounds per square inch, that means every square inch has 12 pounds pushing out on it. Well, you can put up to 30, and then it's as hard as a rock. And every time we hit a bump, my poor behind says, "Let the air out of the tires, let the air out of the tire." So I let it out to about 12 pounds. And then, of course, I check it every once in a while because sometimes it gets down to 9 or something like that. But it doesn't ruin the tires, although it probably helps to wear them out, a little faster. So I got those on order because I actually need to change the tires. Maybe I'll make a video on how I do that. Maybe you're not interested. So, so that's the health of this trike. It's doing pretty good for 1,221 miles. And now I got to tell you, in the last video I put up, I'll put a link to it at the end and in the description, about how to get exercise in pedal assist 1, called assisting pedal assist. Anyway, it's good. It is a good exercise, although I tend to overdo it. And so last couple of rides I haven't done anything because what I did is I go for about an 8-mile ride every day. And yesterday I went for 9 miles. But anyway, what I did was I decided, okay, at the very first part, I'll do a half a mile of exercises. And then further in, I'll do another half a mile of exercises, go around that bump. And then further on, later on, I'll do a half a mile of exercises. And that was good, man. When I came home, I felt good. Only thing is, for 3 more days, if I bent over, my back hurt, my shoulders ached. My legs were doing fine, but it's a good exercise because I got my back. It strengthens your back, it strengthens your shoulders, and so I'm glad I figured that out and I shared it. So you can check that video out. But start out slow because I overdid it. I got so excited about it. So probably after I do this filming, I will do another half mile of exercise. You don't have to do a half mile. Just do 1,000 feet or, something like that. Okay, so now that's the health of my e-trike. How about my health? Well, I don't know. It's been 3 years, 4 years ago. I had a TIA, which is a mild stroke, and lost all my memory for several hours, and it all came back. Well, I'm not sure it all came back. I can't remember if it all came back. So anyway, and then I had a couple more, and we didn't know what was going on. We had that. Well, then at the same time, I was having this slight headache right in the right side of my head, and it wasn't bad. It just I noticed it was annoying, and I can handle a lot of pain, just the way I built, I guess. So I don't like pain, but I can handle a lot more pain than most folks, I guess. So anyway, this is crazy, but anyway, last about a year and a half ago, that headache started getting more and more severe. And so I was taking ibuprofen and, much more ibuprofen than I should have been to get rid of the headache. Finally, went to our family doctor, and he didn't know what to do. He said, see a neurologist or something. And so we looked around. It took us several weeks to find a doctor that knew what we were talking about. And it's called giant cell. Just a minute, I'll get it right. About the time I try to think, it locks up. a giant cell temporal arteritis. Now, arteritis is not arthritis, it's artery. And so they did a biopsy, and I've got a picture that we took of the scar after the biopsy, and they confirmed that I haven't. And what that is, that's when the artery to your brain, or wherever mine goes, the artery to your brain gets inflamed, all right? And that inflammation cuts off circulation to the, to where it's supposed to be pumping it. And that's what was causing the headache. And so they gave me, I never will forget, everybody was trying to figure out what to do, and nobody knew. When we went to this one ER up north of where we live here in Arizona, and the doctor came in. He knew just what it was, and he was a young guy. I mean, he had to still be in his 20s, and he says, and he gave me a pill, and bingo, that headache just disappeared like that. And what it was is prednisone, okay? And prednisone is a steroid, and so he recommended, and this was before they did the actual, it was before they did the actual biopsy. So he recommended so many pills of this steroid, and so I was taking those, and then we found a really good doctor who knew about it too, and he's an arthritis doctor and everything else. And he's a super nice guy. And so what he did was he put me on a heavy dose to reduce the inflammation, and then started cutting back on it. And so then for the past year, I have been taking a low dose, and what the low dose does is it keeps the pain, the headache down. But then we also went to my eye doctor after that, and he was all upset. Because he says, you want to give a heavy dose of that for quite a long time and defeat the inflammation, get rid of it instead of letting it stay there. And but this is where the problem come in, because he said that it can destroy your vision, and so that you can't see it anymore. It does the optic nerve thing or whatever. So he was all concerned because he knows of situations where it's caused blindness, and so he was upset. But he's not the prescribing doctor, so the prescribing doctor discontinued me on this low dose, and then several weeks ago, went to the eye doctor. I hope you don't mind me telling you my story. Anyway, went to the eye doctor and just got my eyes checked, and had to get some new glasses because my right eye was changing, my left eye wasn't, and I had good vision in both eyes. And so as it turned out then, but that didn't get rid of, that didn't fix anything. See, because what was going on was everything was getting blurry. Now I'm going to stop right here and get out in the sun a little bit, okay? And I'm going to take a shot of this part right here, and so you can see how sharp it is. And then I'll try my best with my editor to make it look how blurry it is to me. Because right now, when I look out, everything is blurry. Now, each eye has excellent vision, but I believe that this arteritis that I've got is doing damage to my eyes, but nobody wants to agree with me. So, so something's changing in my eyesight, because a year ago it wasn't like that. But over the past year, it's gotten like that. So that's my health update, and I can still see fine. I just can't see hardly anything in the dark, and like I said, everything is just a little more blurry than it used to be. Usually there's some little dogs that come running out right here. Anyway, so that's where I am health-wise. Here they come. Here they come. Hope they don't get run over by a car. They chase me almost every day. I hope they didn't get run over. They just almost got run over if they didn't. So anyway, that's my health. I love dogs, so you know that's how it is. This is my morning ride. I hear you. Yep. I hear you. Okay, now we're gonna go. I'm not going back that direction, but I am getting to the part where I need to end this video, and so I don't usually do this, but I wanted to add something before I read the poem, so we'll cut in here and end it properly. I wrote this poem when I was in the hospital 40 years ago. I was in the hospital for 18 days and got to know the nurses really well, and and so this poem was written in their honor, and they loved it and they wanted copies of it and everything. I hope you like it, and so here's the poem. Nurses are curses. Nurses are curses. They often appear from a pain in the neck to a pain in the rear. They're never around when things are just dandy, so you could learn to like them the way kids like candy. You can't find a nurse to hold your hand when you're lonely, but they're all over the place when you can move your toe only. Nurses are curses to a man independent, 'cause they all do their job like a superintendent. If you want it on, they'll sure turn it off. If you want it hard, they'll fix it soft. They think they're the experts and you are the dummy. They know better than you what you need for your tummy. Nurses are curses, just thick in hospitals, taking out bedpans, bringing in victuals. Now doctors are nice folk. You find them in offices, and they like to listen because they're more novices. I know that part's true, 'cause when my illness gets worsest, they send me out of their office to the hospital's nurses. Nurses are curses. They come in all kinds of persons. There are a few Himsons, but the best kind are Hersons. God knew what he wanted when he created nurses, with the strength of an oak and the softness of verses. He gave them devotion to stand like a brother, and he gave them the heart to care like a mother. Yes, nurses are curses. I'd rather not see one, but because they're so special, be proud if you be one. All right. Well, anyway, I want to thank you for watching my video, and God bless.